Okay, so we're going to do page 82, top C. Page 82, top C, this drawing here. So looking at this one, which view would we start drawing this from? Front view, I would agree. So we're going to go to the front view. On the front view, we're actually going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to ignore the curved corners on this. This is a pretty common way of doing this. You draw it without the fillets and the rounds, and if you have any chamfers, you ignore all that stuff, and you do that at the end as kind of as the last step. And it's a good way, a good practice to get used to when making things. So we're just going to use a box command to make a 3D solid back here in the back. So let's do that. So we're going to go up to our 3D tools, to box. Again, we're on the right side, or sorry, front view, and we're going to start our box. So click to start the box. Ooh, and I'm drawing a purple one to start with. That's all right. Now, one more little tidbit I want to show you here is this. I'm just so used to not doing it this way, but if you notice down here on the bottom where that 14.6 is highlighted, where that's highlighted, I don't have to hit L for length to draw this box. I can just actually type on that highlighted one. I want this box to be 3 units in that dimension. So I'm going to hit 3 and hit, not hit enter, but hit tab. Tab, notice then takes it to where my other one is highlighted. I'm going to hit 3 again and hit, not tab this time, but here, once I set that size, I have to hit enter. And now I can set my thickness. And the thickness is going to be 0.75. All right, so I'll do that one more time. So we have the box command. You click your starting point on the box. That little bottom line is highlighted, so we hit 3, hit tab, hit 3, hit enter, and then my thickness of 0.75. And it draws that in there nicely as a nice little block there. All right. Okay, so now what I do is go ahead and twist that up in 3D a little bit, zoom in on it. If you haven't yet, put that in a conceptual view, and that looks great right there. All right, so next what we'll do is I need to make this cylinder here on this front surface of this block. So to do that, we need a layout line. I'm going to put a layout line from this surface of it. Notice I highlighted that surface, turned it blue with dynamic UCS. I'm going to go from that corner down to that corner with a layout line across there. With that layout line there now, I'm going to draw a cylinder. CYL is that shortcut. Draw a cylinder. I'm going to attach the cylinder again, highlighted that top surface to the midpoint of that line. And I'm going to make the diameter of this cylinder 2.5. Diameter of the cylinder 2.5. Whoops, 2.5. Okay, so now, looking at the cylinder and looking back at our image, I think the thickness of this first cylinder is basically equal to the thickness of our base. So I'm also going to go 0.75 for the depth of that cylinder and hit enter. Next, we're going to repeat our cylinder command. Next cylinder I'm going to draw on this surface of the other cylinder. I'm going to hover over the edge of that cylinder to get that center point to highlight. I'm going to go to the center of the cylinder. This cylinder I'm going to make a diameter of 2. Okay. Now next, looking at this to see how far out this comes. Myself, I think if this is an 1.5 inches, or sorry, this is 0.75, this is 0.75, that's an 1.5 inches. I think this comes out about twice that amount. So I'm going to say 3. So I'm going to make this come out at a distance of 3. And there. All right, so now, obviously this thing is not multicolored. Mine is all purple, because that's what I drew last hour with purple. So I'm going to make this thing multicolored. I started last hour making mine Halloween colors. So I'm in the mood for Halloween. I'm going to start making mine Halloween colors. Purple, orange, and green, I think, are great Halloween colors. All right. So now that you have your colors, or once you have your colors changed, we're going to go ahead and draw another cylinder. We're going to draw the cylinder to the center of this end cylinder, if I can get that center point selected. Oh, come on. Why is my center point not highlighting? There we go. Goodness. I'm going to draw this cylinder here. I'm going to make it a diameter of, I think I did 1 1/4, 1.25. And again, on this one, I just pull it all the way through the object. So just pull it to where you can see it sticking out that back side. All right, so from here, I'm going to show you 2 different ways of doing this next step. First, you could union together this block, this one, and this one, your 3 large parts, union those together. So that's all one. And then you subtract, and subtract that cylinder away from it. And there we go. That's beautiful. That's got a hole all the way through that. Another way of doing it is this. Don't do the union step. Just go SU for subtract. Oops, I didn't undo enough steps. Let me undo one more. Oh, too far. All right. So just go SU for subtract. Pick the 3 large objects to subtract from. Hit enter. Select your cylinder and subtract it. And it unioned it together as it subtracted that cylinder from the center of it. And there we go. That is beautiful. Let me pause this. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to round our corners off. If you notice our drawing, these corners are rounded. Just a good habit to get used to. Again, it makes the 3D start of the drawing so simple. Filling and rounding at the end is always a good step. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to put these rounds on here as our last step. So to do that, we're going to use the fillet command. F for fillet. Now, if you remember back in the day when you filleted 2D stuff, if I wanted to fillet this corner, I would select this line and this line, and it would put a nice rounded corner here. Not the way it works with 3D. With 3D, you actually put on the corner that you want to make rounded. So this is the sharp corner that would poke you if it hits you. It would feel bad. We're going to click on that line right there. Notice where my mouse is, my cursor is. Click on it. I want to fillet that at 0.5, so I'm going to hit 0.5 and hit enter, enter. And notice what it does. Whatever current color you were picked on, I changed mine to orange. If you didn't notice that just a second ago, it will fillet it that color. It makes it so pretty. I like it. Let's do that again if you missed it. So go F for fillet. Pick that corner right there, anywhere on that corner. Click on it. It kind of puts a little blue highlight on it, but that gets confusing because it also highlighted this one blue too, but that's all right. My 0.5 is already entered in because I did it last time, so all I have to do is hit enter, enter. And it rounds that corner off. Rotate it around and do it to the other 2. Click on the corner, 0.5 is already in there, enter, enter. All right, so now, as our last step, we need to put it in the isometric view that looks like this. So I'm going to go to the corner of my block and click the isometric view. And oh, wait, it turned it that way. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I forgot. I have to go back to the top view here. Then click on my isometric view. And it puts a nice isometric view. Not the exact one. I have to hit that corner one time. Oh, and look how beautiful that is. That is an amazing drawing that's so Halloween colored. I love it. Save that as P82-Top-C. And then submit that to Student View as the same, P82-Top-C. Good luck. All right, I forgot. Don't submit it yet. I did not erase out the layout line. In 3D, we want to get rid of our layout line. So I'm going to go erase out that one layout line. Now you're ready to submit. Good luck.